do you know about the rock band DEVO?
Funny you should ask. I was just looking them up in the Multipedia. It says right here on page 46, Jerry Casale of Earth DEVO rock group.
Okay, Balto, but we're going to listen to an interview with the real Jerry Casale.
Let's tune in and blast off for part 2.
Okay, when you write songs, do you usually approach it from the direction of the bass guitar or some other instrument?
I always wrote my songs on a bass.
Okay.
You know. But usually the idea for the song was just coming purely from ideas, not a musical riff. Like I would find a musical riff to give expression to the idea I had in my head.
What other instruments do you play besides bass? Do you play piano or ukulele?
I play piano badly. I can play guitar, rhythm guitar competently. Of course I play Moog bass. I use synthesizers and play bass. And I play harmonica from my blues days. That was the first thing I learned to play.
Oh, interesting. What originally motivated you to become a pop star?
Nothing. That isn't what we wanted to do. You wouldn't believe what we wanted to do. Our intent was to embrace this new thing at the time, which was laser discs, which all the magazines, all the tech magazines were pushing, and we believed it was about to happen. And so we started reading about it in 1975. So we were going to make short films featuring our original songs, like the songs, they'd be music-driven films, but there was a narrative with a set of characters and a world. So it was Spudland.
Mm-hmm.
DEVO was in Spudland, and there were these characters like General Boy and Boogie Boy and these ridiculous, the Kalimba brothers and Dr. Birthfood, and we had it all worked out. And there'd be like every year you'd come out basically with a laser disc that was a serial story with original songs in it. That's what we were going to do. Yeah, we weren't thinking about a record deal. We weren't thinking about that. We wanted to be this multimedia,
you just like
art collaboration.
There you go.
Yeah, like art collective.
Yeah, kind of like an early MTV thing too, because if you're, you put music to it and you're kind of on the cusp with the MTV technology, and the idea of music videos. Mm-hmm. Okay, did you ever get to jam with David Bowie?
Well, the funny thing is, the first record was recorded in Germany, as you probably know, at Connie Planck Studios with Brian Eno producing, but Bowie was supposed to produce, but then he got too busy. But he came to visit. Now, he came to visit there 3 times. The first time he came to visit was about 12 hours before I got there. The rest of the band was there. I was flying on a different flight from Cleveland, Ohio. And last year, Mark Mothersbaugh says that night that they jammed with Bowie. Now, this is the first time he said that. Now, can you imagine when we were all really close and it was all really new, that when I got there 12 hours after they supposedly jammed with David Bowie, that no one in the band said that, and that no one in the studio ever mentioned it, and that Bowie, when he came back 2 more times, didn't bring it up, and that the other members of the band said, I don't know what Mark's talking about. and so Bob Mothersbaugh says he doesn't think that ever happened. And now my other 2 bandmates, and one of them being my brother, are dead.
Mm-hmm.
So if it happens, it's in that realm of mythical, apocryphal stories. But I didn't get to jam with David Bowie. I just got to hang out with him,
Uh-huh. I noticed there was a picture out there of you and Bowie, so that's why I asked, because I was wondering if there was a story behind that meeting.
Well, in the run-up to that first meeting, I was doing all the band's business. We didn't have a manager. And I had been dealing with Bowie's right-hand girl, Coco, to arrange for Bowie to meet us in New York and for us to hang out with him and to talk about producing the record. So I was the first point of contact at that point back then. So he was, he was more familiar with me, and we had connected. So that's why you see that picture, because
oh, I see.
We were already talking.
I see. So you're like the representative for DEVO, basically, back then.
Yeah, I was like the joke was I was the chief strategist. I was Lieutenant Casale, the chief strategist for DEVO. That was the joke.
Okay. Next question. Are you a member of the Church of the Subgenius?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I became one in 1981. Reverend Stang.
Yeah. How did you first hear about it?
I think it's because they came to our show when we played, I think it was Houston, the year before, and gave us one of their newspapers, the Stark-Fisted Removal, and we really got off on those guys, and we looked at their paper, and we felt kindred spirits, and they made us laugh a lot, and we got it. It's like, yep, these guys are DEVO.
Yeah, because you guys were artists, and the Subgeniuses, they were doing their psychedelic art stuff. So yeah, that would gel certainly. Did you ever get a chance to speak with Reverend Ivan Stang from the Church of the Subgenius?
Many times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, when they were doing that documentary about them a couple years ago.
Yeah.
We spent a whole couple days here in my house with the crew and with Reverend Stang, otherwise known as Doug Smith. And it was great, just hanging out, reminiscing, talking, bemoaning the subhumanity of America at that point, and the vile, disgusting lout of a president that we had.
Right. Was that the last time that you had contact with him, or?
Yeah, that's the last time directly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What other subjects did you and Reverend Stang talk about besides the politics?
What didn't we talk about? Oh yeah, yeah. But I mean, we talked about everything. That's what creative people never take anything off the table, never limit discourse to a set of rules. It's free association. Things go where they go. One thing leads to another.
Yeah, I interviewed Reverend Stang,
Okay. Now I remember that you did, yeah.
This year, it was back in February, actually. A year ago, I got him involved in a project that I was doing. I'm also a science fiction writer. I wrote a story called The Beholders.
Wow.
It's a story about time travel and also climate change and certain politics and stuff like that. So I had a character in there who was named Arrow, kind of a revolutionary type, and I decided to go ahead and offer the part to Rev Stang. I thought of him because it seemed to really be the kind of character that he could do. And I also offered another part to his wife, Princess Wee Ardo, to be more of a lead character. She played Alina Fable, who was kind of a female leader of the revolution type. They did their parts wonderfully. It was all voice acting work. The story was done by editing the parts together from different voice actors from different parts of the country, just stuck them together and made that project. So that's the Beholder's audiobook.
I like that process that you used. It almost reminds me of the old William Burroughs cut-ups method.
Yeah, like old radio. Yeah, like that's kind of what I'm shooting for.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I like it.
Thank you. All right, what was your reaction to the 9/11 World Trade Center destruction, and who do you think was behind it?
Yeah. That's a good question. Whoever can answer that question will be killed.
On the spot.
All I know is that I received a call like early in the morning that woke me up because I have a lot of friends in New York, and this guy goes, "You will not believe this. Turn on the television right now. Turn on CNN. You will not believe it. I can't even talk to you right now. Bye." I turn it on, and the first building's already been hit, and they're reporting that it was just a small commercial aircraft in an accident, right? And the CNN reporter is on a rooftop in Brooklyn with the scene nicely framed behind him, and as he's talking, you start to hear, jumbo jet, and you see that people off camera must be talking to him because his eyes are kind of like, not focusing on the camera anymore, and he looks kind of confused and worried, and he turns around, and as he turns around, we all, the viewing audience and him, see the second plane hit the second building, right? Live on TV.
Oh, man.
And I go, in an instant, my heart dropped into my belly, and I felt this sickness, and I realized what the hell was really going on. And then as you watch the next few hours riveted to the screen, the information was not adding up. And at the point where those towers collapsed, I was convinced right then and there, just as a observant human animal, that this fucking thing was not what they were telling us.
Mm-hmm.
Not what they were telling us.
It looked like a demolition, no?
It sure did. And the fact then that you find out that after this attack, all members of the royal family were escorted out of America by military aircraft.
Right.
That's not a conspiracy. That's a truth. Nobody's even denying this. So if you read all the stuff that no one's even denying or disputing, you're going, wait a minute, what is going on here? And think about what a beautiful excuse it was for this kind of like new world order to advance, where they go, okay, we need the Patriot Act. Okay, we need the TSA. Okay, we're going to take your privacy away more than we have ever in the past. All because we got everybody so scared, they'll give up any freedoms they can, because now we got them all afraid of Muslims. So it reeked of filthy manipulation. It really did.
Precisely. Agreed there. And now we have the update. In your view, was the Karumba wait, hold on. In your view, was the shush. In your view, was the Karumba an invention by the Khan of an imaginary disease created for the purpose of putting a stop to the live performance rock and roll industry?
I don't think it's that simple, but I do think that the Karumba did get created in a lab.
Okay.
I do. I do. But once that happened, it's once that happened, what's more important is how it gets used, and we see how it got used.
Mm-hmm.
It's diabolical. It's diabolical.
I know. It belongs in some kind of fictitious comic book adventure, instead of reality.
Exactly. Oh, yeah.
A dark one, because it certainly isn't fun.
Well, like comic books and sci-fi movies, basically, they're not there to warn you. They're there to condition you so that when what you read about happening as fiction and as far out, impossible scenarios, when it happens, you're already prepared to accept it.
I know. And so many people just don't seem to see it. I mean, it's like a really giant Godzilla-sized thing in the living room, and everyone's walking past it and going, "Oh, that's an interesting wall."
Yep, I'm with you. Well, because they really do all have their heads in the sand.
Ay caramba.
They've diminished the pleasure. They've diminished the pleasure of being alive and being a human so greatly. It's almost like what I remember and had unfortunately taken for granted is now sounds outrageous when I tell people the way we used to be able to live. They just think it's an old guy making up stories because they're so used to having their freedoms curtailed and their pleasure muzzled, and they've come to accept such horrible quality of life. I mean, my God, young people are being ripped off. It's so scary, so wrong.
Yeah, muzzle mania, right?
Oh my God, yeah. Everything muzzled. Everything.
Muzzle mania, just like Beatlemania, it's kind of like Beatlemania backwards, right?
Inverted.
Yeah,
yep.
inverted,
Well,
yeah.
The evolution.
I know, right?
Evolution. Going down fast.
Yeah, every action has an equal but opposite reaction, and the caramba is the opposite of the Beatlemania, but it's at the same force, man, because it's all over the world, and you are going to get attacked if you don't go along with the flow, the same way.
Yep, it is global. You're right about that. It's global, and it's a retreat from freedom and liberty and pleasure.
And music.
And it's a war on humans.
Yeah, and music.
Music is pleasure.
Right. It's like Nam Nam Bulu, Anytime when humans gather to have fun, have a party, listen to music, get together, and do that tribal gathering, they need it, Okay, moving right along. Do you have a message for any would-be insurrectionists like the ones that stormed the Capitol building?
Well, to me, they were dumb insurrectionists because they were pissed off about the wrong things and following, a con man that hates them. But no, I really don't. Just be prepared to die. That's what I would say. Yeah. I just mean if you're going to rebel, be prepared to die.
Yeah, well, that's true. How about die fighting with a sword in your hand instead of on your knees, right?
I'm all for that. I agree with that credo.
In your case, it'd be a bass guitar instead of a sword, right?
That can be a weapon.
Oh, I'm sure it can be. If there's somebody trying to sneak up behind you, better watch out, man, on stage. Okay, any other comments about the American socio-political climate?
Sociopathic climate.
Excuse me.
I think America is the head of a blackhead pimple that's a death wish on Western culture. It's about to pop, and we're the epicenter of the self-destructive death wish of Western culture.
Oh my gosh. We need some of that pimple remover stuff, right?
Dry it up with cortisone.
Okay. All right. Can you describe what is an average day in the life of Gerald V. Casale?
It's not pretty. It's not pretty. It's death by 1,000 cuts. Watching people attack your source of revenues from the left and the right, from behind and above. Being niggled down and pinpricked and demand this and that, and paying lots of money for things that shouldn't cost a lot of money, and being taxed and being told what to do, and not fun.
Oh, that sounds like loads of fun. That's right up there with being put on the rack, right?
Definitely. It's like that joke you probably heard. It's a stupid joke told in comedy clubs for the last 40 years. And the punchline is bungee, then death. You know that joke?
No, go ahead. Do tell. There might be some other people who haven't heard it.
Well, Yeah, I'll make it quick and simple. It's got all the cliches. The setup is there's, a rabbi, a priest, and a minister, for some reason, right? These three religious guys from different disciplines, and they are on a basically what would you call it, a crusade. I mean, they're of course in Africa somewhere, and they're trying to like Christianize some native population, and they get captured, and of course the natives are cannibalistic,
of course,
and don't appreciate these guys, so they're tied up, and they take the first guy, and the chief gives him a choice: bungee or death. And of course the first guy, the minister, says, well, bungee, right? He doesn't want to die. And so then the other two are still tied up, and then in front of them the tribesmen line up, and they violently ass rape this guy, right? Gang rape in the ass, and
cornhole,
and then beat him up, and he looks like next to death. And so then they drag him away, and they grab the rabbi, and they go, chief says, okay, bungee or death. Now, even though he's seen this, he goes, oh my God, well, I don't want to die. Okay, bungee. Same thing happens to him. It's even uglier. It's worse. They drag him away. Now they go to the priest. And of course, the priest has had enough. What he's seen, the torture, the screaming, the pain. He tells the chief, death, right? I don't want to go through that. Death.
Right.
And the chief nods and goes, okay, bungee, then death.
That's a good one.
There you go. That's life.
That's an average day in the life for you, huh? It's that severe?
Yeah.
Are you having any fun in there anywhere?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it was. You're having fun at least creating stuff. I know you're still doing your art and everything, so you got to be having a little enjoyment.
Well, I have to. I'm a fighter. I don't give up.
Yeah. What's up with Mark Mothersbaugh? Are you guys having any kind of feud or differences?
I can't speak for Mark. I mean, he's, he went his own way, and he made his choices about what he wanted to use his energy on, and of course, that isn't what I was hoping for, or that isn't what I wished that he wanted to do, but that's what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm. I see. Well, the reason I asked that is because, and I'm sure other people are wondering, you look like you're branching out from DEVO there, so just wondering if you have any differences with Mark Mothersbaugh because of that, or it's some other reason.
No, I have no animus towards Mark Mothersbaugh. It's just that, he is able, because of his position, and the way the press looks at him, he's able to determine whether DEVO gets to do anything or not. When DEVO gets put on ice year after year after year, well, it isn't like I was some side man. I started DEVO, I co-wrote the songs, I directed the videos, I came up with most of the stagings and ideas. So it's like, well, I have to do something, right? If it can't be inside DEVO like I'd want it to be, I still have to be creative. That's why I went off and started directing music videos and making commercials. I had to survive, and I had to remain creative.
Oh, yes.
DEVO is what I wanted. I mean, DEVO's always first. If it was up to me, DEVO would be very productive.
That very narrow mainstream is definitely sketchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you planning on releasing a solo album in the future?
I want to, yes. I don't know if albums matter anymore, but maybe at least an EP. And I'm going to continue to create videos in the technical and visual vein of I'm going to pay you back. So
all right.
These characters like Jihad Jerry live in this world that's not quite real. So they they are immortal like a Marvel comic. They will never age because it's not just a live action video.
Yeah, I thought that was a real imaginative music video, as well as it's all DEVO. I mean, there's so much going on in there, and it's not all black and white and brown and all those, solemn colors that you always see in music videos these days. It's very colorful and way more closer to a real DEVO video, at least in my opinion.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well, and that's on purpose, as you might imagine.
Oh, of course. And I look forward to seeing way more of that stuff, too.
Well, thank you.
All right. Do you think you'll be able to tour with it as a solo artist?
I would love to do that. That's a great thought. That's an exciting thought. Maybe I could open for people and just do like a 45-minute set or something.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, I'm sure the carumba is complicating matters a little.
Boy, you know that. You know that.
I know, and they keep holding it hostage, I noticed that there's a lot of acts that come in and say, oh, we're going to appear on this date and this date and this date, and they say, oh, we're going to cancel on this date. Because they have to cancel after they just told you that they're going to come out, and then they said 2022, and they keep pushing it off years and years. I know. It's it's crazy. Where do you think humor belongs in music?
Well, I think it belongs, if it's intentional. Too often you're laughing at people that take themselves way too seriously.
I hear you there. A lot of people take themselves too seriously and don't intentionally put humor in music because, again, it's not something that the mainstream seems to be all for. It's not in their agenda to promote any humor in music these days because they want everyone to think serious thoughts and even just plain darkness agenda, evil, ugly stuff. And I don't know if you share the same view, but that's what I'm observing.
Oh, the music all sounds like two producers using a computer created every track, and then they have a male type voice. No matter how many different males there are, they all sing the same. And then they have a female type voice, and no matter who the female is, she sings exactly the same as the last 10. It's incredible. It's like assembly line conformity, more than I've ever heard in my life.
I know, it's like cookie cutter housing for music, right?
Oh, yeah.
I know.
And like you said, as you're talking about with humor being a no-no, I think originality is a no-no. Bigger. It's like,
yes.
If you want to go down, try to be original. You'll be gone.
Oh, yes. And especially if you, God forbid, that you actually just play music and shut the fuck up and don't say anything. Don't sing, don't do any, what they call pitched mouth noises. No talking, no singing, just music. Oh my gosh, don't do that.
You got it.
Do you consider today's rock and roll pop stars as being modern day gladiators for modern day Rome?
Wow. Wow. You've prepared for this interview.
We aim to please at CLCI Webzine.
Well, you know what the gladiators would say in Latin before they went out into the arena. They'd say, "We who are about to die salute you," to Caesar. So there you go. Now it's taking on the literal, with the carumba, now it's taking on the literal version of that.
Yeah, I know. What's funny is that it seems that, again, they don't see it. They're all dressing like turds. You got turd boys and turd girls singing turd songs.
Yeah.
And they're all modern day gladiators. They're all competing. Some of them are even actually fighting with each other in a dressing room. I mean, and it's just fierce.
Incredible.
Yeah, there's no camaraderie either. It's absolutely
farthest thing from it. Right, you got it.
Reminiscent. And the music is getting lost. That's the worst thing. The focus is off the music. It's on fashion. It's how you look. It's the image. It's about selling some kind of product, and it's content. You're not art anymore. You're content. Ay.
You're right. I mean, if somebody would come along and did a contemporary expression of what Hendrix did in the 60s. And I don't mean it would sound or look like that. I'm just saying that what he was to then, if somebody did that now, they'd be booed off the stage. It'd be over.
Yeah, if he could get past the folks that promote that stuff in the first place. I don't think the mainstream would even let him get past the door, man.
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't even get in front of anybody, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right. And the Beatles, too. I mean, you name any of the really good acts from the past that had any quality, good gosh, there's another forbidden word.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
Well, you're right. It gets back to originality being forbidden.
Yeah, I know. How do you see the future of rock music and music in general?
God. It's all just been turned into fast food and junk, trash, in and out, and through the meat grinder. And I'm afraid it's only going to just keep going that direction, even worse. So the value of music is being destroyed. It's being so devalued. People just think, A, it should all sound alike. B, it's not worth anything. They should get it free. Mm-hmm. And C, it's just background. It's just it's there like Chick-fil-A,
Yeah, background music for their lifestyle, because the focus, again, is not on the music. It's about something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rather melancholy. I do tend to try to keep a stiff upper lip that maybe, perhaps, at least in this strange realm between the mainstream and the underground. It's not quite mainstream, not quite underground, but you can see it. And we can try to reach some people that way and see if they can listen to some of the things that we're doing and see if we can get their attention away from the same old stuff all the time.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
All right.
Now for the beginning of the interview. It'll be fun. And just like to say thanks in advance, Jerry.
All right.
All
I
right.
like this.
Hey, I really had a lot of fun. You're very, very loose, and you're one of the real ones. I really appreciate you giving your time to talk and get to know you. And I kind of figured you'd be that way, but you never know, especially with some of these, what you call high-profile celebrities, which you are, whether you like it or not. You're famous, and you can't stop it.
Man. God.
Isn't that terrible?
I can't even afford an expensive car. What happened?
I know, right? I notice it's a lot more easy to get famous than it is to make money these days, right? Because it's like...
That's true.
Yeah, right? I know, because then you have to go according to the marketing game, and that's a whole nother shtick that you have to deal with. And once again, focus off of the art and the music and on to business. They don't go together. They just fall apart.
You've thought it all out.
Yeah.
You know what you're talking about. You do.
Well, so do you, man. I got to give you compliments for not being afraid to talk about stuff, too. I mean, there's a lot of people who are just so afraid of some kind of invisible hand over their head or something, They just... And,
yeah.
Okay, it's been an absolute pleasure. I wish we could just talk all day. I'm out of questions, though. I'm not out of things to talk about, but I'm out of questions.
Maybe I'll meet up with you in person sometime, hopefully.
Yeah, it's possible. You never know. Serendipity.
I'm in Santa Monica, California most of the time, but then I'm up in Napa for my wine. I make wine, so I'm up there making wine.
Oh, yeah, right. I heard about your wine business. Is that coming along?
Yeah. Well, it's a tough business. It's like music, where it's like, do you like music? Well, yeah, I like music, but I hate the business. It's like, I like making wine, but the business is brutal.
Oh, I see, yeah. And that's true for the music. Again, the focus is off the wine. Right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the people who make things are the last to benefit from what they make.
There you go. Well said. Okay, I'm going to have to let you go. I don't want to because it's been too fun, but I'm going to let you go.
All right.
And I'm going to say...
Try to stay cool there as the planet burns up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, we'll be the first ones to let everybody else know that everything's burning up because we have all the first heat waves. So,
Oh, you sure do.
When it's 120, we'll let everyone know that they can expect the same.
Jesus. Wow. Have you been to Sedona, where this architect Jim Terrell took a crater and restructured it to be a camera obscura, where you're down underneath the floor of the crater looking up through a camera obscura that he created?
Actually, I think I heard that on another show that's actually on YouTube. It's called Traveling Robert, Free in My RV, which is another guy I just interviewed from Cuba. He does shows on YouTube in his RV and makes videos. But yeah, he was talking about how he was in Sedona. I think it was one of the shows. He was in Sedona and talking about the camera obscura. Yeah, I was never there myself.
It's something that you would not believe. You especially would love. Yeah, you deserve to see it.
All right, I'll have to check it out sometime. I don't travel a lot, but because I'm more of a homebody, I like to go in the studio, send the music out on tour instead of hauling your ass.
But that's not that far. You don't have to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Everything is really cool in the backyard over there. We got the Grand Canyon in the backyard too.
I know.
I know, right? And then the funny thing about the Grand Canyon is it feels like it's pulling you in because of the massive gravity that it's got. It's like, I'm getting tugged further. You're not even walking toward it. It's just going to pull you in and swallow you up.
Yeah, I must admit it was kind of mind-blowing, because it always just seemed like, when you were trapped in Ohio and you're a flatlander and you see these pictures of the Grand Canyon, you just think it's some bullshit tourist attraction. It's like, what the big deal? And then you get there.
Right.
And it's like, oh, fuck. Yeah.
Right. The experience is definitely more monstrous than the postcard. Especially the Northern Rim. I know tourists get swallowed up because they think that it's just a postcard, and especially if they're from Germany. That's true. They have a... Okay. I know you have something better to do than talk to me, so...
I don't know about that.
That's so.
I do have to start cooking dinner.
Oh, okay. Well, that is something better. Okay. I don't want to starve you. Okay. All right. Well, maybe we'll do a part 2 or something.
Bye, Layla. Bye.
Okay. Not goodbye. It's aloha.
Aloha.
Because that means goodbye and that means hello at the same time. And this is a backwards interview.
True. That's right.
Okay.
The physics. Okay.
All right, you have a great evening and enjoy your dinner. I will see you on the astral plane or wherever DEVO finds itself to be seen.
Duty now for the future.
Right on.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
Well, that was a very interesting interview with Jerry Casale.
Jerry Casale! It's Italian!
Oh, yes! So, tune in again next week on What's Happening with the Cosmiks.
There was a time when the world was colder. There was a time we used to play. interpretation of the human condition. A duplicitous man on a curious mission, waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back right now. What you selling? I ain't buying. Your lips are moving. That means you're lying. You appropriated credit. You let them think you said it. I gotta give you credit. That hat trick is impressive. Take all the fame and glory. Deflect the blame. Rewrite the story. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back right now. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and this bullet makes 7. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back right now.
Don't be gaslighting me, mofo. Don't be gaslighting me, mofo.
Don't be gaslighting me, mofo. Don't be gaslighting me, mofo. We survived the wind and waves, cheated death, and made it safe. Rode the lifeboat to the shore, that's when you wanted more. I gotta give you credit, that hat trick is impressive. Take all the fame and glory, deflect the blame, rewrite the story. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back. I'm gonna pay you back right now. 100, 200, 300, 400,
to shave.
Don't step on the track.
Don't take my mother's back. When a duty comes along,
You must wipe it.
before your butt is out too long,
You must wipe it.
then all your stuff looks wrong.
You must wipe it. Now wipe it.
In the bug,
Shave it up.
straight laser,
One up
one down.
and one to polish.
It's not too late to wipe it. We wipe it good. When a bug roll turns around,
You must wipe it.
you must always flush it down.
And then you wipe it
And no one gets away.
until they wipe it. I say wipe it.
I wipe it good.
I say wipe it.
Okay, I wipe it good. Yeah.
Come, come, you have to eat.
I'm right. I'm not hungry.
Come, come, remember to wipe. Remember to wipe.
All right. I wipe.
Wipe and wipe.
And give your ass to shave.
Don't step on the track.
Und don't break my mother's back. When a duty comes along,
You must wipe it.
before your bus sits out too long,
You must wipe it.
when all your stuff looks wrong,
You must wipe it. Now wipe it.
in the bug,
Shave it up.
straight razor,
One up
one down.
and one to polish.
It's not too late to wipe it. In the bug,
Shave it up.
straight razor,
One up
out one down.
and one to polish.
It's not too late to wipe it.
Wipe it good.
Good.